Chapter 1546, Assimilation Wind of Central Feng. Translator, Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios' northern plains, a boundless grassland extended into the horizons. The clear skies had no clouds. It looked empty, but three Gu immortals were actually concealing themselves, floating in the air. According to Lady Fairy Z-Wei's deductions, this place is the closest to Langya blessed land. The leader, a male Gu immortal, thought to himself that if Northern Plains Gu immortals saw his appearance, they would gasp. Prince Feng Xian. Indeed, he was one of the 5 openly known rank 8 Gu immortals in Northern Plains. Prince Feng Xian.As times changed. The number 1 rank 8 expert old ancestor Shui, who had gone missing with his wife after the destruction of Snowy Mountain Blessed Land. The first supreme elder of Yao tribe, Yao Huang, was chosen by Longevity Heaven and left his tribe, becoming the next generation South Desolation immortal of Longevity Heaven. Heavenly Lord Bai Zhu was once a lone immortal, but he now occupied He tribe's territory and created the super force Bai Zhu tribe. Becoming a Righteous Path member. 5 Elements Grandmaster was still trapped within Longevity Heaven's immortal Gu house, Calamity Luck Altar. Because of Heavenly Court's invasion, the reappearance of Longevity Heaven, the conversion of Heavenly Lord Bai Zhu to the Righteous Path, and the disappearance of old ancestor Shuehu, almost the whole of Northern Plains had turned into the world of the Righteous Path, the demonic path. Gu immortals had to lay low and keep out of the spotlight. Out of the 5 rank 8 Gu immortals, only Prince Feng Xian was still intact without any changes in his circumstances. This person had a special status. On the surface, he was an external rank 8 supreme elder of Gong tribe and the husband of Gong Wanting, but he had a hidden identity. He was a spy sent into Northern Plains Gu immortal world by Spirit Affinity House long ago, and was now the most influential spy that Central Continent had in Northern Plains. Fairy Z-Wei had been planning for a long time. She sent Feng Jiugu and the rest to attack Langya blessed land. Other than Chun Yi, who was openly waiting to reinforce him, she also sent the hidden piece, Prince Feng Xian, secretly. Lord, one of Northern Plains' 10 great fierce areas, Loosetail Ridge, is nearby. Langya blessed land is likely hiding here. Beside Prince Feng Xian, a rank 6 female immortal spoke. Beside Prince Feng Xian, there were 2 servants of high status. Because of his reputation, they also became famous in Northern Plains. They were Lu Yao and Swordmaster Yulan. These 2 were Gu immortals from Spirit Affinity House. It was Lu Yao who spoke this time. She wore a yellow dress and was extremely beautiful. Swordmaster Yulan had stayed in the base this time. She did not follow Prince Feng Xian. Prince Feng Xian nodded. Slightly, he guessed the same. His gaze turned around and focused on the Gu immortal beside him. There was a rank 6 hairy man Gu immortal standing right beside him. This hairy man Gu immortal was dazed and not moving. Like a statue, he was controlled by Prince Feng Xian's supreme methods. If Langya Land Spirit, or any Langya sect hairy man Gu immortals saw this person, they would know of his identity. Because this hairy man Gu immortal was from Langya blessed land. Back then, after the Battle of Etian Mountain, Langya Land Spirit helped Fang Yuan to relocate his assets from Hu immortal blessed land. Fang Yuan obtained the sovereign immortal body and wanted to return to Northern Plains, but he was chased down. In order to help Fang Yuan, Langya Land Spirit sent 2 hairy man Gu immortals to receive him, but one of them died and the other went missing. It turned out that the missing hairy man Gu immortal met with some other situation, but he was recently captured by Prince Feng Xian. Alive, he obtained a lot of information from this hairy man Gu immortal, and that led to the crucial clues for Fairy Z-Wei to make her deduction on Langya blessed land. Because he knew of Langya blessed land's terrain, the Central Continent 10 great ancient sects could use the immortal killer move to directly teleport Feng Jiugu and the rest inside. Lu Yao frowned slightly. She asked worriedly. Looking at the time, Feng Jiugu and the rest have gone inside for some time already. Why are they not sending out any information? Are they in trouble? Prince Feng Xian pondered. There would be problems for sure. Even if we have Langya blessed land's information and took the initiative, this is still the number 1 blessed land in the world, originating from Longhair ancestor. It had unfathomable foundations. They would definitely possess certain trump cards. Lu Yao frowned even more deeply now. Central Continent only sent a number of rank 7 Gu immortals into Langya blessed land. Isn't that too overconfident? Prince Feng laughed. That is because you are unfamiliar with Feng Jiuge. Oh, Liu Yao was surprised. Prince Feng looked afar as he sighed deeply. I am a person considered to be enormously blessed with talent. I started cultivating when I was 13. I became rank 4 when I was 16. I reached rank 5 peak stage at 18. After accepting the sect mission, I went to Northern Plains to develop. After spending 3 years, I became a rank 6 Gu immortal, and all my tribulations after that were successful. I roamed Northern Plains and joined Gong tribe. After 100 years, I became rank 8. Even though I was treading on thin ice, who in Northern Plains Gu immortal world could expose my true identity. I had once been extremely prideful and arrogant, because I did not depend on the sect's support. I worked hard and made use of opportunities and different forces to reach rank 8. Until one day, I met Feng Jiuge. I realized I was deeply inferior. Compared to me, he is the true supreme genius. His talent is so great it dominates this entire era. Liu Yao was extremely astounded. Among the higher-ups of Spirit Affinity House, there was the saying of Northern Feng and Central Feng. Both soar in the sky as Spirit Affinity's pride. They were talking about the rank 8 Gu immortal Prince Feng Xian and the rank 7 Gu immortal Feng Jiuge. Spirit Affinity House knew about Prince Feng Xian's supreme elder status. They felt that Spirit Affinity House would be in the hands of Feng Jiuge and Prince Feng Xian in the future. They placed these two on the same level, but Prince Feng Xian was a rank 8 with great strength, while Feng Jiuge was famous due to his potential, placing a rank 7 Gu immortal on the same level as their rank 8 master. Liu Yao and Swordmaster Yulan were once indignant about it. Even Prince Feng Xian was not happy. He sent a letter and questioned the top supreme elders of Spirit Affinity House. But as time passed, Liu Yao and Swordmaster Yulan gradually reached a new opinion regarding this matter.As. For Prince Feng Xian's change in mentality, it was because he had fought with Feng Jiuge a number of years ago, when 88 True Yang building had just collapsed. Feng Jiuge led the Central Continent Gu Immortals to find out the truth in Northern Plains. As the biggest card of Spirit Affinity House in Northern Plains, Prince Feng Xian secretly met with Feng Jiuge. Because of this meeting, both of them sparred. The results were shocking. Even though Prince Feng Xian did not use his full strength, he only ended with a draw against Feng Jiuge. Thinking about that scene where they fought, Prince Feng Xian sighed deeply. Feng Jiuge having rank 8 battle strength isn't the thing that shocked me. What truly moved me was that immortal killer move that he used. This is an unprecedented creation. Nobody in history has ever achieved such a feat. What a mortal killer move! Liu Yao asked. Prince Feng Xian had a solemn expression. He said slowly. Feng Jiuge named it. Assimilation Wind Song. Northern Plains, Langya Blessed Land. Feng Jiuge took a deep breath. Separation Song was useless. At this point, he only had one method left. He would not use this move unless necessary. Because once activated, not only would the risks be huge, the process would be dangerous and cause immense damage. There would be reduced gains after battle. Feng Jiuge had always used it cautiously. But now, he had to admit this. He was forced into a corner. He had obtained a lot of intel about Langya Blessed Land from Fairy Ziwei. But after fighting, he realized that Langya Blessed Land's strength greatly exceeded his expectations. Not just this super Gu formation, but also those Gu immortals hidden inside the immortal formation, as well as the killer move Complete Silence. Feng Jiuge knew that Langya sect had an immortal killer move that countered Sound Path. It was called Silent World. But he did not know that Fang Yuan had specially modified this move into an even stronger version. Complete Silence. Feng Jiuge had defensive methods against Silent World, but against Complete Silence, which was many times stronger, he was left without options. Immortal killer move. Assimilation Wind Song. Feng Jiuge dodged left and right, fighting for an opportunity to use the strongest offensive method that he had ever created in his life. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Intense winds blew. The world went through a transformation. This was not Golden Wind, Luopa Wind, Willow Wind, Immortal Wind, Profound Eerie Wind, Star Galaxy Wind, or Fandor Wind. Once this wind appeared, Langya Land Spirit's expression changed. The Hairy Man Gu Immortals were also deeply shocked, while the other variant human Gu Immortals were tongue-tied. These were the winds of assimilation. The number one wind in the world capable of assimilating everything. Few methods could counter it. When immortal apertures were destroyed, this wind would blow. How can this be the winds of assimilation? This is impossible. Some hairy Mangu immortals lost their composure and screamed. Unbelievable. A person can actually control the winds of assimilation? Bing Zhuo was so shocked his eyes were about to pop out. His cold demeanor had completely melted inhuman historical records. Nobody had ever been able to manipulate the winds of assimilation personally. But now, this record was broken. Feng Yuan became the first person throughout history to do so. He could actually unleash the winds of assimilation. Feng Yuan had 7 songs currently. Obtain Treasure Song and Towards Heaven Song were used to assist his cultivation. Green Jade Song, Heaven and Earth Song, Submission Song, and Separation Song were his trump cards that he reserved for major fights. The final one was Assimilation Wind Song. He would not use it unless necessary if he failed to activate this move. Feng Yuan would be the first one to be destroyed by the winds of assimilation. It was extremely vicious. Many of his songs could be turned into clones through Song Warrior, but this Assimilation Wind Song could not. It was the most special one. This move was too powerful. It turned the battle around instantly. The variant human Gu immortals were helpless. They were flustered, because ordinary methods would be assimilated by the winds of assimilation and turned into fuel to make it even stronger and larger. Langya Blessed Land is the number one blessed land in the world, but against this wind, it will likely be destroyed. A Rockman Gu immortal said in despair, "It will not." Langya Land's spirit screamed. He knew he had to stabilize the morale of his side that he screamed. These really are the winds of assimilation. Assimilation Wind Song. I did not believe it when Fang Yuan told me about it, but the truth is in front of me. I need to trust him. Everyone, don't worry. We have a way to deal with the wind. What? Fang Yuan could even have information about such a secret. The other Gu immortals heard this and felt hopeful at this moment. Fang Yuan, who also had rank 8 battle strength, played a crucial role despite being away. He stabilized the morale of Langya Land Spirit's forces. Fang Yuan had memories of the future. He knew about the ferocity of this move. During the 5 regions chaotic war, Feng Yuan had used this move to slaughter countless beings, and it was deeply feared. Thus he had already told Langya Land Spirit about it. Even when he fought against Feng Yuan earlier, he was deeply cautious of this move. This move was very powerful, but it also had major flaws. For example, Fang Yuan could dodge it if he used it in the 5 regions world. But in this situation, the winds of assimilation had started blowing in Langya Blessed Land. The land spirit had to resolve it as soon as possible. What method could actually resist the winds of assimilation? Chapter 1547. Langya is helpless. Jyoga dominates. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios, come. True Stability Branch Transformation. Against the winds of assimilation, Langya Land's spirit growled as he used an immortal killer move. Once this move was used, the silver giant underwent a huge transformation. The huge human-shaped body turned into a huge heavenly tree. Its trunk was silvery white. It had countless branches and leaves that resembled silver carvings. It was extremely dazzling as the leaves clashed with each other and created sharp sounds. The branches and leaves grew rapidly and faced the winds of assimilation. Winds of assimilation which were rampaging everywhere were obstructed by the huge tree. Their speed of growth shrunk by half. The winds of assimilation were actually stopped. Unbelievable. Langya Blessed Land's foundation is truly unfathomable. The Snowman, Inkman, and Rockmangu immortals saw this and felt overjoyed. Oh, this is true stability tree. The flash of red and white light that shot out of the winds of assimilation was Feng Yuan. Even though he created Assimilation Wind Song and could create the winds of assimilation, once it was used, Feng Yuan would need to leave the center. Otherwise, when it spreads and fills up the space, Feng Yuan would die. Feng Yuan could only summon the winds of assimilation. He could not manipulate it. He had tried to control it, but any method used on the winds of assimilation would cause it to become stronger as they get assimilated. Feng Yuan had a mortal killer move Song Warrior. He could turn Heaven and Earth Song, Separation Song, and the others into clones, but assimilation wind song could not be turned into a clone. Feng Yuan was far away from the battlefield. Lang Yuan's spirit and the rest were busy dealing with the winds of assimilation. They could not bother with him. This is, indeed, true stability tree, to think that they could really counter the winds of assimilation. Feng Yuan watched from afar as bright light shone in his eyes. This true stability tree was a legendary, immemorial, desolate plant. It was famous in history. It had existed since before Rinzu's birth, the immemorial antiquity era. It lived through the remote antiquity era, olden antiquity era, and died in the hands of Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable during the medieval antiquity era. This tree had many wild immortal goo, among which were several rank 8 immortal goo. Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable was only rank 8 back then. When he was traveling in Eastern Sea, there was a huge tsunami that caused great harm to the world. Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable's immortal goo could not stop this flood. He had to borrow 2 rank 8 immortal goo, Peaceful Wind and Silent Wave, from the true stability tree. But this legendary immemorial desolate plant had great status and strength. It refused to lend them to Genesis Lotus Immortal Venerable. In Genesis Lotus Rage, he fought against the true stability tree and killed it, retrieving the goo to stop the flood and saving countless lives in the end. Even though Genesis Lotus killed the true stability tree, he praised it immensely. After becoming venerable, he sighed occasionally. It was a pity that he had to kill the tree back then. This tree was unique in the world. It had the latent ability to counter the winds of assimilation. Fang Yuan was reborn and knew of Feng Yuan's assimilation wind song. This move was shocking in the 5 regions chaotic war and killed countless Goo immortals. Thus, many Goo immortals tried to find ways to expose its weakness and stop it. There was no unstoppable move in this world. There were only unstoppable people. Even though assimilation wind song was powerful, it was just a move. It could be countered. Western Desert's rank 8 Goo Immortal 1000 Transformations ancestor tried to find its fundamental flaw and sought help from a rank 8 Time Path Great expert. They saw the power of the true stability tree in the river of time. After returning, he created the transformation path killer move, True Stability Transformation. This move could restrict the winds of assimilation.At that time. Feng Yuan was only rank 7. But he could make rank 8 Goo immortals research on how to deal with his move. It showed how powerful assimilation wind song was. Feng Yuan remembered this matter. He prepared in advance thinking about how Feng Yuan attacked Lang Ya blessed land in his previous life. To deal with this strongest move, he used the light of wisdom and his transformation path attainment level to deduce true stability branch transformation. This move was the simplified version of true stability transformation. But the current assimilation wind song that Feng Yuan had was not the complete version that he used during the 5 regions chaotic war. Thus, after using this move, Lang Yuan's spirit turned the silver giant into a branch of the true stability tree. It managed to block the winds of assimilation. Go deal with Feng Yuan. Don't let him act freely. After I deal with the winds of assimilation, I will go and help you to kill him. Lang Yuan's spirit instructed, ordering the Goo immortals of the 3 variant human races. The variant human Goo immortals responded as they used the super Goo formation to attack Feng Yuan. Lang Yuan's spirit was covered in sweat. He spent all his effort to sustain the killer move and deal with the winds of assimilation. He sighed bitterly to himself. Feng Yuan taught me this move, but I found it too troublesome and did not practice much. To think that Feng Yuan would really attack and use it against me. Sigh. If I knew this, I would have practiced this move even more. Lang Yuan's spirit was completely restricted by the winds of assimilation. He was barely holding on. Countless branches were destroyed when they interacted with the wind, but at the same time, new branches grew. This move that could stop the winds of assimilation had a huge price to use. It expended a lot of immortal essence and the mental energy of the Goo immortals sustaining it. Soon, many hairy man Goo immortals inside the giant silver tree became weak and mentally exhausted. Persevere, we must persevere. Lang Yuan's spirit shouted in encouragement. Lord, why can't we give up a piece of the blessed land? A hairy man Goo immortal asked. Lang Yuan's spirit could naturally give up a portion of Lang Ya blessed land. That would prevent the winds of assimilation from affecting them. Compared to the entire Lang Ya blessed land, That small piece of land was really nothing. No. Langya land spirit rejected immediately. He thought of Fang Yuan's words as he explained. If we do that, we will fall into their trap. Cutting off a piece of the blessed land means we will have to connect to the outside world. We would need to open the blessed land's entrance. That would allow the enemies to find out our location. We cannot do that. This Langya land spirit would rather pay this huge price to deal with the winds of assimilation than give up a piece of the blessed land. Feng Zhouge was surprised if Langya land spirit did that. Clues would be leaked. Prince Feng Xian, who was outside, would be able to notice it. The situation would be stabilized then. With the rank 8 Gu immortal Prince Feng Xian's help, these hairy man Gu immortals could not stop them. But Langya land spirit desperately held on and refused to do that. Feng Zhouge's plan could not succeed to crack. An intense lightning appeared out of nowhere, landing on Feng Zhouge. Feng Zhouge moved like a trail of smoke. He vanished on the spot. Evading the attack, he looked at the sky as he thought rapidly. Heavenly Giant Solar is restricted by the winds of assimilation. Only the super immortal formation is left. It is easier to deal with than the Silver Giant. Immortal Killer Move, Separation Song. Feng Zhouge activated Separation Song as the immortal formation started to break apart. Even though Separation Song had no offensive power, it had an incredible effect. It could break up any Gu formation, but thankfully, when Fang Yuan designed it, he had considered it and created many layers in the immortal formation. Feng Zhouge's Separation Song only broke up the outermost layer of this super Gu formation. The variant human Gu immortals were at the center of the formation. They were safe. Feng Zhouge had to use Separation Song again and broke up the second layer, but the third layer appeared after that. Oh? I want to see how many layers this immortal formation has. Bright light shone in Feng Zhouge's eyes. He activated Separation Song continuously. After breaking up 6 layers, he stopped. Even the powerful Feng Zhouge wanted to vomit blood now. How many layers are there? Separation Song expended a lot of immortal essence. After several uses, Feng Zhouge's immortal essence storage was less than 30%. Of course, his greatest expenditure was in Assimilation Wind Song. Assimilation Wind Song can match the effect of countless Separation Songs, but the risk is too high. Feng Zhouge shook his head. He dispelled the notion of using this move again. Even though it was powerful, it was risky. Feng Zhouge rarely used it. Back then, when he fought against Prince Feng Xian, even though he used it, that was in a spar. Prince Feng Xian had written to Spirit Affinity House that he was unhappy to be placed at the same level as Feng Zhouge. It created huge political pressure on Feng Zhouge. When Feng Zhouge went to Northern Plains, he met with Prince Feng Xian and suggested a single-move spar. In that battle, he had sufficient time to slowly activate his Gu worms without any outside interference. The risk was very low. But right now, Feng Zhouge was in the middle of battle. There were many interferences. He needed to use his killer moves rapidly. Earlier, he had taken the risk because there was no other choice. Against the super immortal formation now, he felt less pressure and necessity to use it. Feng Zhouge did not use Assimilation Wind Song. He looked around. The giant silver tree was still dealing with the winds of assimilation. It had already been reduced by half its size. After some time, Langya's side would be able to dispel the wind and find time to deal with Feng Zhouge. There is little time. Feng Zhouge's side. Heavenly Giant Solar had both offense and defense. Even the winds of assimilation could not affect it. If Feng Zhouge attacked the giant tree now, it would be futile. Langya Blessed Land had shown great strength in this battle. Far out of Heavenly Court's expectations, Feng Zhouge already had the intention to retreat. Before leaving, there is something I must do. He smiled as he activated an investigative immortal killer move, moving rapidly like light. In the blink of an eye, he crossed a huge distance, appearing in front of Guyu Fangzheng. Come with me. Before Guyu Fangzheng responded, Feng Zhouge suppressed and sent him into his immortal aperture. In this place too, Feng Zhouge flew in the air, seeing Dang Hun Mountain at a certain area of cloud-covered continent. Come. He activated his immortal killer move that had been prepared. He kept this secluded domain of heaven and earth in his own immortal aperture. These cloud cities are all mortal Gu houses, but there are many hairy man elites living in them. They are all Gu immortal seeds of Langya sect. Good, good, they are all mine. Next, Feng Jiugu struck and stored a lot of cloud cover continents, cloud cities. While he was doing this, he was attacked by the super immortal formation, but this formation had lost many layers due to Feng Jiugu. Its power was greatly reduced at AS for Heavenly Giant Solar. It was restricted by the winds of assimilation. If it tried to leave, the winds of assimilation would grow stronger instantly. Langya Land Spirit's hard work would be completely wasted. It could not stop him. What aura is this? While moving unhindered, Feng Jiugu found the aura of Wisdom Gu as he felt immensely shocked. He soon arrived in front of Wisdom Gu. Feng Jiugu's pupils shrunk from shock. If I was not seeing this personally, I would not believe it. This is a rank 9 Wisdom Gu. Chapter 1548, Paradise, Earth Inheritor. Translator, Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Even Feng Jiugu was dazed when he saw Wisdom Gu. This was Wisdom Gu. It was written in The Legends of Ren Zhu. It was the vital immortal Gu of star constellation Immortal Venerable. It was known to nearly every living person. To think that in this time and place, it would appear before Feng Jiugu. Langya Blessed Land actually has Wisdom Gu. Feng Jiugu was deeply shocked. He could not control himself. But soon, he forced himself to calm down. His eyes burst with bright light. He closely inspected the Wisdom Gu before him, finding out that this rank 9 Wisdom Gu was actually wild. A thought completely engulfed Feng Jiugu's mind. That was, take this rank 9 Wisdom Gu away. Immortal Killer Move. Obtain Treasure Song. That he activated this killer move with unprecedented force, erupting with rank 8 might. Obtain Treasure Song was able to help Feng Jiugu refine wild immortal Gu directly. The song was warm and kind, filled with a peaceful aura as he sang. The Wisdom Gu that was fluttering between the tree branches became still. Rank 9 Wisdom Gu? The variant human Gu immortals who were controlling the Super Gu formation were shocked. Wisdom Gu was originally hidden in this valley by Langya Land Spirit. The variant human Gu immortals of the 3 races were outsiders. They were not informed of it. But now, Feng Jiugu destroyed this area. Wisdom Gu was exposed. They noticed it. We cannot let him obtain Wisdom Gu. Quickly disrupt him. Langya Land Spirit screamed as he ordered in anxiety. Next, he added, but be careful, don't destroy Wisdom Gu. Even without his reminder, the variant human Gu immortals from the 3 races knew how important this rank 9 immortal Gu was. But now, to disrupt Feng Jiugu while not affecting the Wisdom Gu close by, they needed intense control, and it was quite difficult for these variant human Gu immortals who had just started using this immortal formation. The variant human Gu immortals had to forcefully manipulate the immortal formation as they attacked Feng Jiugu. Feng Jiugu grunted as he used Song Warrior. The obtained Treasure Song Warrior flew towards Wisdom Gu, while the other Song Warriors helped Feng Jiugu to block the attacks of the immortal formation. The variant human Gu immortals attacked with excessive force that implicated Wisdom Gu, but Feng Jiugu would block them and defend Wisdom Gu. Wisdom Gu sensed danger. Its survival instinct made it fly away. Obtained Treasure Song Warrior followed behind it, but could not produce any effects. Feng Jiugu saw this. His heart sank. Wisdom Gu was rank 9. Even though obtained Treasure Song was good, it was only rank 8. It could not affect Wisdom Gu. If I cannot get it, should I destroy it? This thought emerged in Feng Jiugu's mind before he denied it. This was rank 9 Wisdom Gu. Destroying it was a big waste. And this immortal Gu was formerly the vital Gu of star constellation Immortal Venerable. If he could get it, it would greatly benefit Feng Jiugu, the central continent 10 great ancient sects, as well as Heavenly Court. Feng Jiugu was unresigned. He did not want to give up. Don't go. Feng Jiugu pounced at Wisdom Gu. Wisdom Gu flew rapidly, but Feng Jiugu pursued it endlessly. Wisdom Gu felt the threat of Feng Jiugu as it buzzed, emitting a strong light, the light of wisdom. Feng Jiugu was unavoidably covered by this light of wisdom. Instantly, countless thoughts appeared in his mind and collided. His intelligence surged. His gaze became incredibly sharp. All of the questions and difficulties he had in cultivation were all resolving, even though he did not get immediate Answers: many crucial bottlenecks were easily broken through. Oh no. Feng Gu was a legendary figure after all. After several breaths of time in the light of wisdom, he sensed something amiss. He bit his tongue as he forced himself to snap out of it and retreated. After leaving the light of wisdom, he watched the escaping wisdom Gu with lingering fear. What an amazing wisdom Gu! After this short period, I already lost so much lifespan. A strand of Feng Jiuji's hair had turned white. My mission here is to capture Guyu Fangzheng and reclaim Danghun Mountain. These were all instructed by Fairy Ziwei. But to think that the rank 9 wisdom Gu was hiding here. I already tried my best, but I cannot bring this Gu away. Langya Blessed Land is also incapable of refining this wisdom Gu. Otherwise, they would have done that already. Feng Jiuji's thoughts moved rapidly. Immortal Gu were unique. A wild immortal Gu had deep attraction to any Gu immortal, and it was a rank 9 wild immortal Gu in front of Feng Jiuge. And most importantly, this immortal Gu was actually wisdom Gu. If they refined wisdom Gu, I would not be able to snatch it. But now it is wild. I need to go back and inform Heavenly Court and the sect about this. The next time we attack Langya Blessed Land, we must get this Gu. Feng Jiuge breathed in deeply. He looked at wisdom Gu, which was already at the edge of his vision, with lingering desire as he used an immortal killer move. This immortal killer move that used rank 7 fixed immortal travel as the core was called. Human come human go. It was created by the space path great expert Liang. Feng Jiuge was not familiar with this move, but it had an incredible effect. Once activated, not only could it transport people to anywhere in the world, they could also return the same way back. The first half was hard, but the second half was extremely easy. Liang had already activated this successfully. Feng Jiuge was only completing the second half with ease. Swoosh. With a soft sound, Feng Jiuge vanished. After a few breaths of time, Langya Land's spirit mobilized the silver giant and arrived. Damn it. Feng Jiuge, you actually ran away. Central Continent's 10 great ancient sects. I won't let you off. Langya Land spirit looked at the tattered Langya Blessed Land as he shouted angrily. Roaring. Southern border. Inside the immortal battlefield killer move, Lua inside deeply. 3 lifetimes were over, but Fang Yuan was not reformed. I was wrong. I thought that this Fang Yuan was a heartless person or was filled with hatred and rage. That was the reason for his evil actions. But the truth is, he has abundant emotions. He does not lack anything. Even though he pursues strength, he is not obsessed with it. What drives him to do this is his goal. This goal is deeply ingrained in his heart. Not only 3 lifetimes. Even after 100 lifetimes, it cannot be eradicated. This person cannot be reformed. Master, Yifan muttered lightly. At this time. Not just him, even Shang Xinci and the rest, including Tai Mian Shun and the other Gu immortals had woken up. Everyone was in a daze after 3 lifetimes. They were savoring the mystical feeling behind it. Lua looked around as his gaze paused on Shang Xinci for a moment. Her eyes were red. She almost cried. Her sadness was evident. She had been emotionally connected to Fang Yuan during the 3 lifetimes. Lua nodded secretly, saying to everyone, I failed. This demon cannot be stopped. He is about to break out of the killer move and escape. Let's go. Yifan was shocked. Master, we have the clear advantage. Lu Weiyin smiled bitterly. I've already tried my best. Let's go. The mortal Gu masters were confused, but Tai Mian Shun and the 2 E-clan Gu immortals had their suspicions. Tai Mian Shun asked directly. Senior's surname is Lu, and you are skilled in Earth Path. Are you the inheritor of Paradise Earth's true inheritance? Lu Weiyin nodded. That's me. So it was like that. E-clan's Gu immortals sighed. They paid their respects and greeted Lu Wei and it the same time. They no longer had any suspicions towards Lu Weiyin's words. Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable did not have a single offensive method. His Paradise Earth true inheritance was the same. Lu Weiyin was skilled at trapping and reforming enemies. This was the specialty of Paradise Earth true inheritance. Among the 10 venerables, Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable was the kindest and most merciful. He single-handedly healed the world and stopped the chaos after Spectral Soul Demon Venerable's rule. But for some reason, This immortal venerable did not choose to go to heavenly court. He stayed in southern border and even left his paradise earth true inheritance here. Chapter 1549, Soul Explosion. Central Continent, Heavenly Court, in the silver sky. Amidst countless buildings, jade light shone. Feng Jiugu appeared in Ziwei's palace. Greetings to Lady Ziwei. Feng Jiugu instantly regained awareness of his surroundings. He cupped his fist in the grand palace. Fairy Ziwei sat on her cloud bed as she turned to look at Feng Jiugu. Slowly opening her eyes, an instant, boundless starlight shot out of her pupils. Dazzling light filled the entire hall. Feng Jiugu did not speak. An information path goo worm flew out as Fairy Ziwei received it. She understood what happened after looking into it. Feng Jiugu, you are indeed the Tao guardian of great dream, immortal venerable. You did well. Fairy Ziwei praised. Feng Jiugu smiled. This is Guyu Fengzheng. Saying so, he opened his immortal aperture's entrance, taking out the captive that Guyu Fengzheng's eyes were shut. He was affected by Feng Jiuji's method and had fallen asleep. As for the will of Fang Yuan that was in him, Feng Jiugu suppressed it. Feng Jiugu placed Feng Zheng on the ground as he sighed. I already searched his soul. That Fang Yuan is a demon indeed. He is completely heartless and cruel. He wants to refine his own brother into blood deity. But I do not understand. He is only immortal, even though he is related to Fang Yuan. Why do you place so much importance in him? Fairy Ziwei said slowly. The way of heaven is to be balanced, yin and yang intertwine. The area around the cave of poisonous animals usually has plants that can act as antidotes to the poison. This Guyu Fengzheng was born together with Fang Yuan. He is an obstacle specially set by heaven against Fang Yuan. If he is nurtured well, he will be useful in dealing with Fang Yuan in the future. I see. Feng Jiugu nodded. It is a pity. Fairy Ziwei said as she searched Feng Zheng's soul. She sighed. Fang Yuan actually did not refine blood deity and continue his blood path cultivation. Otherwise, I would be able to use the demon judgment board to find his location. In my opinion, Fang Yuan has not noticed that his blood path cultivation in his previous life was a trap by heaven's will. He did not cultivate blood path, now probably due to the protection of his luck. Fate Gu has not been repaired. The power of luck path is greatly amplified. It is very obvious. You were able to succeed and return this time because of your status as a Tao guardian. Your luck is strong and is not suppressed by Fang Yuan. Feng Jiugu nodded. How will we deal with Dang Hun Mountain? What about the wisdom Gu inside Langya blessed land? Take it out. Fairy Ziwei smiled. Feng Jiugu was dazed. He took out Dang Hun Mountain from his immortal aperture. This pink crystal mountain was originally huge, but after entering Ziwei Palace, it was suppressed into palm size and was tiny and delicate looking. Spectral soul demon Venerable rampaged in the world and slaughtered countless beings. He created Soul Path. Heavenly Court was the leader of the righteous path. Before Spectral Soul became Venerable, they sensed his threat and fought against him. They understood each other well. After Spectral Soul died, Soul Path continued developing. Even though Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable suppressed it, Heavenly Court still had an incredibly profound grasp of Soul Path methods. In fact, Heavenly Court had many Soul Path Gu Immortals. There were a vast number of Soul Path Tao marks on Dang Hun Mountain. It was the Soul Path secluded domain of heaven and earth. Since Fairy Ziwei could give Feng Jiugu the method to retrieve it, she naturally had an even more profound method to shrink it entirely. Fairy Ziwei stretched her arm out as Dang Hun Mountain floated towards her lightly. Amazing, amazing. Fairy Ziwei looked at it in amazement. She nodded happily. With this mountain, we will have an endless supply of guts Gu. Jin Huang will benefit from it. Her dream realm exploration will go very smoothly. Feng Jiugu smiled. He was very happy that he could help his daughter. As for wisdom Gu, Fairy Ziwei thought about it. I must obtain this Gu. Jiugu, you can go and rest. I will need to plan this thoroughly. If they attacked Langya blessed land again, the other party would be very alert. They would prepare amply. Fang Yuan might even have returned already. Fairy Ziwei needed to plan. Yes. Feng Jiugu took his leave, getting out of Ziwei Palace and out of Heavenly Court, going back to Spirit Affinity House. Fairy Ziwei also left Ziwei Palace. She held on to Dang Hun Mountain. As she moved all the way into a dark hall point, 3 large words were carved on the plaque on the door of this hall. Soul Suppression Hall. It was the rank 8 immortal goo house that imprisoned spectral soul demon venerable. Fairy Ziwei smiled as she carried Dang Hun Mountain and went in front of spectral soul. "Oh, demon venerable, look what this is." Fairy Ziwei smiled lightly. She asked. Spectral soul was completely silent. Fairy Ziwei nodded. "Truly stubborn and incorrigible. However, I did not bring this mountain here to stir your determination. I know you have used this mountain before. You had cultivated on it in the past. I have this move that can stir your mind as long as I have something closely related to you. I can draw out all your related memories." Spectral soul was still silent. Fairy Ziwei's smile faded. Lightning flashed in her eyes. All along, she had been troubled by spectral soul's stubbornness. She wanted to excavate his precious memories, but there was little progress. Now that she had Dang Hun Mountain, Fairy Ziwei found a great opportunity. She wanted to use it on spectral soul now. At the next moment, the immortal killer move activated. The whole of Soul Suppression Hall buzzed as intense light shone. The light shone on Dang Hun Mountain as they also shrouded over spectral soul. Spectral soul resisted, but this move was very powerful. His memories related to Dang Hun Mountain were drawn out and shown before Fairy Ziwei. When young spectral soul found Dang Hun Mountain by chance, he was shocked and intensely happy. After many hurdles, he finally obtained Dang Hun Mountain. He cultivated in secrecy. Spectral soul thought about it hard and finally found a way to move Dang Hun Mountain. After some more hurdles, he stored this mountain for his own use. Spectral soul created Soul Path and gradually found more use for Dang Hun Mountain. It was no longer used for Guts Goo creation solely. He created Dang Hun Formation. He could use the vast amount of Soul Path Dao marks on this mountain to give the immortal Goo Formation incredible might. Oh, there is a Dang Hun Immortal Formation. Why didn't Fang Yuan set it up? Did he think it is safe inside Langya Blessed Land, or did this formation require too many immortal goo? Fairy Ziwei saw this and felt suspicious. But soon, her suspicions were answered. It turned out that after using Dang Hun Mountain as part of the formation, it could no longer create Guts Goo. Fairy Ziwei continued to watch. Scenes concerning Dang Hun Mountain were shown, displaying spectral soul's cultivation journey. Even though most were useless, some contained important cultivation information. Even Heavenly Court could gain greatly from them. When spectral soul became venerable, he placed Dang Hun Mountain inside City Well and used an immortal killer move to modify Dang Hun Mountain. This memory made Fairy Ziwei's heart shake. This orderly well killer move is amazing. City Well is a rule path secluded domain of heaven and earth. Using it, he could actually remove the conflict between Dang Hun Mountain's Soul Path Dao marks and external Time Path Dao marks. This must be the profundity that led to the origin of sovereign immortal fetus goo. Fairy Ziwei had already deduced some special effects of sovereign immortal fetus goo. After all, Fang Yuan fought many times. He exposed many precious clues. She was not wrong. The reason why sovereign immortal fetus goo could have non-conflicting Dao marks was because of City Well and the killer move Orderly Well. Spectral Soul Demon Venerable paid a huge price to modify Dang Hun Mountain, but it was worth it. After that, he could use Time Path Immortal Killer moves to restore the mountain easily. The following memories were the immortal killer moves that Spectral Soul Demon Venerable deduced using Dang Hun Mountain. These immortal killer moves were very terrifying and powerful, but they would damage the mountain itself. Once in a while, Spectral Soul would use time path methods to restore Dang Hun Mountain back to normal. These methods are truly amazing. Someone who was able to become a demon venerable truly had heaven-shaking talent. Fairy Ziwei's eyes were shining with bright light. She praised continuously. These immortal killer moves were precious cultivation information that could greatly help Heavenly Court, especially when they had just obtained Dang Hun Mountain. These immortal killer moves were all usable. Among these killer moves, there was one move that Fairy Ziwei placed great attention on. This move can actually ignite Dang Hun Mountain and create a terrifying soul explosion. Any living being's soul can be ignited and create a soul explosion. The soul explosion of soul beasts usually have incredible might. But the soul explosion of Dang Hun Mountain would surpass limits. Using this mountain's soul path Dao marks to ignite the mountain is truly ingenious. Wait. Fairy Ziwei's pupils shrunk. She noticed something amiss. Boom. At the next moment, a shocking explosion occurred. The entirety of Dang Hun Mountain was blown to smithereens. Be it Fairy Ziwei or spectral soul demon venerable. They were both within range of this terrifying explosion. Chapter 1550, Discussing Compensation. Translator, Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios Southern Border. Myriad Dragon. Dragon roars reverberated throughout the air. The whole immortal battlefield was destroyed. Silver scales shone as Fang Yuan shot out like lightning. The moment he escaped, he received large numbers of messages requesting aid. What? Langya Blessed Land was attacked by Heavenly Court? It was led by Feng Jiuge. Fang Yuan was stunned. He was trapped by Lu Weiyin temporarily, but at the same time, Langya Blessed Land was suddenly attacked by Heavenly Court. If one said that there was no connection between the two, even ghosts would not believe it. Oh, they have already been defeated? Many Central Continent Gu immortals died, while only Feng Jiuge returned alive. Fang Yuan looked at the message sent by Langya Land Spirit, then looked at Sixth Hair's message. Sixth Hair was a spy placed in Langya's sect by Shadow Sect. He was on Fang Yuan's side and his message was the most trustworthy. From Sixth Hair's message, Fang Yuan quickly understood the whole matter. So Feng Jiuge saw the situation not going in his favor and retreated on his own initiative. Fang Yuan's eyes shined sharply, but this was not the place for him to ponder about this. Rank 8 Gu immortals of Southern Border's Righteous Path forces might even be rushing towards here now. Fang Yuan immediately retreated, and on the way, he directly activated his prearranged methods and flagrantly detonated Dang Hun Mountain. Heavenly Court attacked Langya Blessed Land. They clearly planned a long time for this. Methods like pulling mountain are not common, but Feng Jiuge could directly take away Dang Hun Mountain. This is a scheme to cripple my foundation. But unfortunately, how could my Dang Hun Mountain be seized so easily? Fang Yuan put Dang Hun Mountain in Langya Blessed Land. On one hand, it was to show his sincerity in their collaboration and make Langya's sect actively manage Gutsgu business, saving him time and effort. On the other hand, it was also because Fang Yuan had left behind preventive measures and was not afraid of Langya's sect or any other Gu immortals taking Dang Hun Mountain. While flying rapidly, Fang Yuan put his attention into his immortal aperture, landscape, as before. He activated the rank 6 immortal Gu on a large piece of mountain rock. This mountain rock was a piece of Dang Hun Mountain. It was stored by Fang Yuan long ago. Right now, Dang Hun Mountain's main body had already self-detonated. This mountain rock was the only remaining piece of Dang Hun Mountain in the world that as Fang Yuan used landscape as before. This mountain rock started to slowly expand, beginning to grow towards the complete Dang Hun Mountain. Secluded domains of heaven and earth are like immortal Gu, unique in their existence. Dang Hun Mountain was modified by spectral soul demon venerable in the past. Now, under the illumination of landscape as before, this Dang Hun Mountain rock can definitely restore the complete Dang Hun Mountain. Fang Yuan was extremely confident. Dang Hun Mountain might have been seized, but he had not lost it. In time, Dang Hun Mountain will be back in his hands. But this process was going to take a long time. Landscape as before was only rank 6 after all, while Dang Hun Mountain was a secluded domain of heaven and earth that was akin to a rank 9 immortal Gu. And the size of this mountain rock that Fang Yuan had left behind was countless times smaller than the whole of Dang Hun Mountain. Heavenly Court had plotted for a long time, with Feng Jiuge personally leading the attack. Fang Yuan's overall losses were significant. First of all, he was not able to take back the upper extreme Heavenly Eagle. Secondly, Dang Hun Mountain was destroyed for the moment, and restoring it would take time and a huge amount of immortal essence. Finally, Guyu Fangzheng was captured, which means Fang Yuan's blood deity cultivation plan was halted. Fortunately, Wisdom Gu was neither captured nor destroyed. The situation was actually dangerous at that time that if Feng Jiuge was set on destroying Wisdom Gu, it had little hope of surviving on its own. But Feng Jiuge did not strike a fatal move the entire time. This made Fang Yuan feel a sense of joy, but at the same time, it also meant Heavenly Court's following attacks would be incessant. Feng Jiugu retreated on his own accord, which also signified Heavenly Court was definitely going to make another attack. But when were they going to attack? During the next attack, who would Heavenly Court send? What kind of method would they use? These were all issues to think about. Fang Yuan landed in an ordinary valley. He was already far away from the battlefield and had been very careful on his way. He should be safe for now. Fang Yuan concealed his aura and hid himself. He then set up warning goo formations before sitting cross-legged and shutting his eyes as he started making deductions. After a while, he opened his eyes. He was already aware of the whole matter, as if he had personally experienced the battle between Langya's sect and Feng Jiugu. It is certain that fixed immortal travel is with Heavenly Court. It seems to have been raised to rank 7. It even has a set of immortal killer moves. Any changes in Langya Blessed Land could not escape Langya Land Spirit's observation. The scene of Feng Jiuji's group suddenly appearing was engraved in Langya Land Spirit's mind. This, along with similar clues, were all sent to Fang Yuan. With sufficient clues along with his wisdom path attainment, Fang Yuan immediately understood how Feng Jiugu suddenly attacked Langya Blessed Land. To prevent fixed immortal travel, I had already modified Danghun Mountain's appearance, but Feng Jiuji's group appeared above the 3 continents. This information leak is probably related to the missing hairy man Gu Immortal. It would take some effort in changing the terrain of the 3 continents. Even if this is done, it might not obstruct Heavenly Court's invasions. If I am not wrong, although the Heavenly Court Gu Immortals did not succeed in setting up an immortal Gu formation, just seeing how Feng Jiugu escaped so easily, they definitely have some measures left behind in Langya Blessed Land. All kinds of thoughts flashed rapidly in Fang Yuan's mind. Heavenly Court was inactive most of the time, but when they made a move, it was earth-shattering. If not for Fang Yuan arranging multiple precautionary methods against this, Langya Blessed Land, which had lost the complete refinement cauldron, might have already been subdued by Feng Jiugu. Fang Yuan had already made many preparations, but Heavenly Court's foundation was too abundant. Like this time, by relying on the method left by Space Path Great Expert Liang, Feng Jiuji's group was able to sneak in abruptly to an opponent like Heavenly Court was the most difficult to fight against. Because nobody knew how many more trump cards they had, Fang Yuan heaved a sigh, contacting Langya Land Spirit. He informed Langya Land Spirit of his situation, also mentioning his guess that Lu Weiyin was very likely Paradise Earth Immortal Venerable's inheritor. Langya Land Spirit might still be discontented that Fang Yuan had not shown up to protect Langya Blessed Land, but what Fang Yuan said were all truths, so Langya Land Spirit could not easily pursue this matter. Heavenly Court did not succeed this time, but they have discovered Wisdom Gu. They will definitely return. Fang Yuan, you are a supreme elder of Langya's sect. The sect needs your strength. You should return to guard the sect. Langya Land Spirit said. Fang Yuan smiled. That was impossible. Langya Blessed Land had indeed helped Fang Yuan a lot. It could also be considered as his base, but it was impossible to bind him because of this. The current Heavenly Court was powerful, and as long as they restored Fate Immortal Gu, they would become invincible if Fang Yuan stayed to guard Langya Blessed Land. Heavenly Court's side would definitely have a good laugh. This was what they wanted. Fang Yuan would not be able to advance further if he stayed in Langya Blessed Land. He had to go out and roam to search for cultivation resources to grow rapidly. Once he grew to a certain extent, Fang Yuan could then go take the Red Lotus True Inheritances. No matter how much help the True Inheritances provided, he had to destroy Heavenly Court's plan of restoring Fate Gu within 10 years. Only by doing this would he not die. This was also his only way out. Otherwise, if he waited for Fate Gu to be restored completely, almost all Gu immortals in the world would be subjected to Fate's arrangements. How many otherworldly demons like Fang Yuan were there? Heavenly Court would once again reach the summit. At that time, Fang Yuan would have no hope of being its opponent. Even if Langya Blessed Land is breached, even if Wisdom Gu is destroyed, they won't interrupt my cultivation plan. A ruthless light flashed in Fang Yuan's eyes. Naturally, he would not say these words to Langya Land Spirit. Right now, his body was bound by alliance agreements. But he had been keeping the self-cleansing immortal formation activated. It was not just for show. We still need to talk about compensation, right? Fang Yuan continued with some useless banter before saying this to Lang Yalan's spirit. Ah. Lang Yalan's spirit's expression immediately sank. He had made an agreement with Fang Yuan back then. If Dang Hun Mountain or Wisdom Gu were lost or destroyed, he would have to compensate 10 times the value. Wisdom Gu was not destroyed. Lang Yalan's spirit let out a sigh of relief at this. But Dang Hun Mountain, at least for now, it was really lost. You also know that if Heavenly Court obtains Dang Hun Mountain, they will have an endless supply of Guts Gu. This is a huge boost to them. Fang Yuan added pressure as he saw Lang Yalan's spirit keeping silent. No need to say this. I will compensate you, don't worry. Lang Yalan's spirit replied. I believe you. How could First Supreme Elder possibly go back on his words? Fang Yuan chuckled. What kind of compensation do you want? Lang Yalan's spirit asked. Fang Yuan's gaze moved. There was a lot he wanted.